We've got some breaking crypto news, guys, today that has to do with Coinbase and the SEC. As you guys know, Coinbase has been fighting against the SEC, very similar to how Ripple has been fighting the good fight for crypto. And the previous SEC regime obviously did not want to see crypto flourish at all. And now, with a new regime in, Donald Trump is putting forth his best efforts to make sure crypto is great again, and really for the first time ever in the United States. And I want to update you guys on everything what's going on with Coinbase versus SEC. I won't drag this video on. We're going to jump right into it, but make sure you guys stick around until the end. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already, because we do this every single day for you, the people, so you guys are able to know exactly what's going on with crypto every single day. It doesn't matter Saturday, Sunday, my birthday, Jesus's birthday. We're here every single day. So smash the like button if you haven't already. And again, subscribe to this channel. You do not want to miss out what we talk about every single day. So Coin Bureau put out this earlier this morning, just about 15 minutes ago, actually, from the time of this recording here. Breaking: the SEC agrees to drop its lawsuit against Coinbase. CEO Brian Armstrong says, quote, once approved by the commission, which we're told to expect next week, this would be a full dismissal with $0 in fines paid and zero changes to our business. This is obviously big, considering Coinbase is the #1 platform to onboard new people into crypto in the United States. It is obviously a publicly traded company as well. The SEC went after Coinbase under President Biden, and of course, Gary Gensler was at the helm. But now it's all over. And I can't wait for the day we see the XRP lawsuit fully dismissed too. I think that day is coming at some point here in 2025. Now, Brian Armstrong had a lot to say about this, and I want to highlight some of the things that he broke down in his thread here. And basically, he went through and said, years of litigation, millions of taxpayer dollars spent, and a ton of harm done to the country and the industry. They've reached an agreement with SEC staff to dismiss its litigation against Coinbase. And again, they're told expect a full approval for dismissal early next week. This is hugely vindicating, he said, because many people question my decision to engage in litigation with the SEC back in 2023. People told me the courts would give a lot of leeway to the government. They said public market investors wouldn't like it. They said it would take years and cost us tens of millions. Well, if this is fully dismissed by next week, they are going to spend $0, not millions of dollars, $0 in legal fees. But he said, I knew a few truths that helped me make an easy decision to fight them in court. The SEC was wrong on the law. They were exceeding the authority given to them by Congress by asking us to delist a number of assets that were not securities. We had taken a conservative approach to ensure we weren't listing any securities, and the SEC itself had allowed us to go public in 2021 after reviewing our listing standards in depth. That was the weird thing about this. They're a publicly traded company. The SEC approved them to do what they were doing, and then 2 years later, they said, wait a minute, we don't like it. And this is, again, what was happening under the last regime. They were just firing at the hip, right? Just basically ruling with an iron fist. But now we're getting to the point where we're so tired and so sick of this nonsense. And we're finally going to get guidelines and guardrails so companies do it the right way. And we need, in my opinion, a blueprint here for companies to move forward, for this industry to fully flourish and looked at as a legitimate industry by many. We want the people with money to see crypto and blockchain as the future, like a lot of us already do, right? So again, I remember reading posts that Coinbase was trying to get meetings with the SEC over and over and over to make sure that everything was, solid in terms of what they were doing. The SEC wouldn't even bring them in. But basically, that was point number one. The SEC was wrong on the law. Now, number two, caving to their demands would have killed the crypto industry in America. The SEC made it clear to us Armstrong says that the only way to avoid litigation was to delist a ton of assets. It would have crushed the industry. It was a bullying tactic, pure and simple, driven by Gensler's own political agenda. And if we had caved, it would have dramatically limited the scope of which crypto assets were allowed in the US and pushed the industry further offshore, he said, into the shadows. Never forget how close a few activists in government came to unlawfully killing an entire industry in America. It could have easily gone the other way. It's one of the reasons why this previous presidency was such a freaking big deal for Donald Trump to get in. And then he says it was the right thing to do for our customers and the industry. At the end of the day, it didn't matter what our chances of success was. I had to stand up for our customers and our industry's rights. I also knew it would serve as a deterrent for future bad actors around the world we may have to engage with, for them to know that we won't be bullied or pressured. We are comfortable engaging in litigation across multiple fronts indefinitely while continuing to build. This is business as usual. Growing up, I had a naive view that regulators exist to hold companies accountable. Accountability can actually happen both ways. At Coinbase, our mission is to increase economic freedom. And I initially thought we would achieve this solely through our crypto products, but I'm increasingly realizing that we can move the needle on economic freedom in the courts and through our policy efforts as well. I have to give credit here to the Trump administration for winning the election and for the departure of the activist head of the SEC, Gary Gensler, who orchestrated this unlawful action along with Elizabeth Warren and a handful of their lackeys in Congress. I feel confident we would have won this case in the courts either way, but obviously Trump getting in fast-tracked this entire process. I want to give a shout out to all other crypto companies who fought back with their own lawsuits. I didn't mention Ripple here, but that's a big one. I want to give a shout out to all the crypto startups who couldn't afford the legal fees and went bankrupt due to the administration's abusive tactics. That happened a lot too. I want to give a shout out to both Democrat and Republican members of Congress who are working hard to ensure America leads on crypto. And I want to give a shout out to all the crypto holders in the United States who elected pro candidates on both sides of the aisle to ensure that crypto flourishes here in the United States. He expects they'll continue working productively with the SEC now, the new SEC regime, on any number of items over the years, just as we do with every agency around the world where we operate. I look forward to the SEC being reformed under Paul Atkins, Mark Aida, Hester Pierce, and Doge, and new, more sensible personnel coming into leadership roles. I commend the new leadership that is already in place for working to right this wrong. Now let's get some crypto legislation passed in the United States to finally clarify the rules and really kick off this next phase of building. And I'll tell you guys this next phase is going to be, in my opinion, the golden age, the golden era for crypto with full regulation in sight. This is some huge news. And it's not always about price. I'm trying to preach to you guys and let you guys know, because people will come in this comment section, well, the crypto market's not moving, the prices aren't. Guys, you have to have, instead of a 10-minute plan, a 10-year plan. I don't know how many times I can say this, how many different ways I can say this. The investor in crypto needs to realize it's not about pump and dump meme coins and get money quick and get rich quick. This is about an industry and being super early to it. There are companies out there that will be the next Apple, the next Nvidia, the next Microsoft, the next Tesla, the next Netflix. This is what it's about. And we are just at the precipice of fully seeing this thing through. So I urge you to not be short-sighted when it comes to crypto and see this as a long-term play, a long-term game, and invest accordingly. I can't tell you what to buy, when to buy, and all of that. I'm just here to give you guys the information, give you guys my thoughts, give you guys my opinions. And I've been in the industry now since 2020. I'm not going anywhere because we're still so damn early. So that's the video, guys. I appreciate you all for watching. Thanks for sticking to the end. Make sure you are subscribed, and we'll see you guys in the next video.